with profits, which in return will turn into actual prosperity. I didn't write a book because I'm the most intelligent person in Uganda. I don't want to be misquoted. I'm simply putting to you what I think must be done out of perimeters of reason for someone to make it in life. As plain as that. My book is not to tell you what to do. My book is simply trying to challenge your reasoning capacity. Drawing a difference between reason and thinking alone requires an elementary element of reason itself. So the key to success, I repeat it, the key to success is reason based on reality. The rest, like the body of the book, I went into education, I'm glad they have recognized my effort. The center of curriculum. Because you see, in my book I made it clear and I said, there is an education system is a system designed to prepare us for the challenges that are out there in the world. So an education system should be drafted within the perimeters and guidelines of the realistic facts in our societies. What happens when a society has an outdated, alien, foreign education system? These students are being given information that is not sufficient for them to face the actual challenges in our day-to-day country, Uganda. That is why what I wrote in my book, no one will ever teach you in an education system. This book, like I told you, I've mentioned before, I wrote this book in a period of 6 days. This is a handwritten copy, the original text of my book. I sat here where I'm sitting now and wrote this book within 6 days. I didn't need to do any research because I was writing out of experience and passion. What I've experienced, how have I overcome the challenges we are facing today? And I think if Ugandans take time to read this book and adopt the circumstances, the facts are put in this book, they will make. It is unbelievable. I put this book on Amazon because I own businesses in the States. I own businesses in the UK. I put this book on Amazon and I've had more sales out there than the sales I've had in Uganda. The whites have bought my book more than the Ugandans have done. Because they're hungry for information. They have an open mind. Don't be too judgmental before you give yourself a chance to internalize and understand what someone is putting before you. One of the most qualifications, I told you I'm a lawyer, I did law. In law we say one of the main elements of insanity is the inability to identify the fact that you are insane. You either don't know what you are doing or it's direct repercussion. The same applies to stupidity. A stupid person doesn't have an open mind. They believe they know everything. So they don't give themselves a chance to know. Open your minds. If someone brings to you an idea, before dismissing it, first internalize it. Give yourself a chance. Don't be too judgmental. The same applies to poverty. If you haven't identified the fact that you are poor, then you see no need to go out there and look for ways of improving your life, because you haven't accepted the fact that you are a needy person. I tried in my book to give a difference between a poor person and a failure. I said being poor is a temporary state where someone has nothing or little, which can change from the prevailing circumstances. You can be poor because you don't have a job. When you get a job, your life improves. You can be poor because you're born to a poor family. But when you step out and you start wandering out there, you can be poor because you're stuck in a society which doesn't have the right prevailing circumstances for you to make it. When you get out of that society, you can make it. Poverty is not that bad. A poor person is simply in a temporary state of either having so little or having nothing. But failure is the worst. Failure is the worst thing that can ever happen to a human being, because 80% of failures is attached to the mind. Total inability to comprehend the fact that there are positive possibilities in your life. You are so negative to each and everything that is brought before you. You chase it away before you even give it a chance. I said failures never have the right amount of money to invest in a business. Because if you tell him, my brother, you've got 5 million, let us put it in this business and see if you'll prosper, he will tell you, no, I think 5 million is too small to make sense. When you see him with 100 million and you tell him, look here, my brother, before you spend that money, you invest it in this business, maybe you'll make it in life. He will tell you, no, I think 100 million is too rich, is too much to risk. They are never too late or too early for an opportunity, but they are ever present. But with total inability to take a decision when it is required. They think they know it all. They don't have an open mind. And this doesn't only stop at individual levels. This goes up to the level of our country and Africa at large. Like, for instance, we in Africa, we have a feeling that whites are naturally more superior to us. They are not. They are ordinary people like us. What they do, we can't do. But we lack the belief and determination to believe in ourselves to push forward, which is just a weakness of the mind and the mentality. So the intention of my book is to open someone's mindset and address it to the fact that, look here, if Ham has done it, you can do it. I told you I'm not the most intelligent person even in this room. I won't lie to you. But I'm simply saying, maybe if you open your mind to reason, you can even reason better than me. But you haven't given yourself a chance to even give reason a chance. And then you start blaming government for your failure. You start blaming your parents not having given capital. You start blaming your teachers. You start blaming your friends. And those are some of the characteristics and symptoms of failureism. They always find a way of shifting their responsibilities onto third parties and failing because so and so has not done this. My brother, wake up, or my sister. You are the reason why you are a failure today. My wealth is not in the buildings I own. My wealth is not in the big house mansion I stay in. My wealth is in my mind. Even if I lost it all, I would address my mind to exact the reason as to why I lost it. And I would start from scratch. If I lost money today, you'll be surprised to find me doing the lowest job possible for me to raise capital. I was clear and I said qualified people can raise capital through seeking jobs, and they are paid a salary, which salary they can later turn into capital and move to other businesses. But an uneducated person only has his life and his energy to raise the capital. That's why they have to go in odd jobs. But an uneducated person and an uneducated person can both raise the same amount of capital. The only difference that the other one may raise it faster and easier than an uneducated one. So that is why I go back to my reasoning. Take time and identify where you stand today, whether educated or not. Use those prevailing circumstances to make a decision on what you think you should do in your life. I can only serve my country. I'm a businessman, I'm not a politician. I can only serve my country through writing a book like this and putting it out there. Other people can serve through politics. But it is also very unfortunate that the people spearheading the fight against developmental projects are politicians. I will give you an example. For instance, they fought this achievable project for close to 3 years. when it's under stalemate, nothing was taking place. But now it has taken off. How many people are dependent on its existence today? All people that work in these shops have got families, they have got parents, they have got children, they are paying for fees. So you may find it is close to maybe like 500,000 people that are direct benefits to what we've done here today. Person says, Ham will never construct the stadium. This is not a stadium I'm constructing in Angola or other states. This is a stadium that I'm constructing in Uganda. I will die and leave it here. It is your children, or the children of your children, grandchildren that are going to play in this stadium. I'm only doing an honor and a service to my nation by doing this stadium. But you find a politician stands on his feet and he says, come what may, you will never construct it. So if the people that are elected to spearhead development are the same people that are fighting it, then how will this poor country develop? There are some things we see in this nation and you feel that your heart is bleeding. The government has done what it can, but if I've been able to make it under the existing prevailing circumstances, that means you can also make it. I have no single money from any politician. No single money. If there is a politician that he has given me money, let them come out and they say Ham is working for us. I have no single coin. I've started from scratch. If you ask where Ham has been, where he stands today, and where he's going, you will see a trace mark. If I tell you I was in Chikubo selling clothes, I will show you the shops I worked in. I first worked in this small one, I moved to this big one, I did also in this one, then I moved. If they ask what is Hami's first real estate project, I will show you that I started with Ham Towers. There is a trace mark to whatever I'm doing. But it's a matter of believing in myself and doing the right thing at the right time. So I employ all my fellow Ugandans to stop thinking and start reasoning. Don't blame government, don't blame your parents, don't blame your friend, don't blame your workmate. Success or failure starts with you as a person, and it starts with you believing in yourself, identifying yourself, taking time to draw your entire reasoning capacity to yourself, and identifying how you can use either your weakness or strength towards your actual prosperity or failure, if that's what you choose.